This is the Renaissance Men Podcast, broadcasting live on YouTube and Twitch. Now please welcome your host, Stuart Garrard.
Good evening, and welcome to the Renaissance Men Podcast for Friday, the 11th of November, 2022. I'm your host, Stuart Garrard, and joining me, as always, is my good friend, Jimmy T. Saint.
Yeah, my kids are back. Last time we were here, didn't Rock take my kids?
He did. Well, yes, he did.
He took my kids.
Yes, he did. Jimmy, how are you? How are you feeling?
Well, the reason you're asking me, Stu, I presume, with that inquisitive manner, is because I made myself dinner tonight, which I rarely do because my wife's such a wonderful cook and a wonderful person. She does the dinners. And I swear I had to cook some beef that was a couple of days out of date, had to be eaten. So I cooked it up and I used an oyster sauce, a rather thick oyster sauce, which I swear was next to the hob. But the wife has just come in and told me she doesn't know where that's come from, and how she hasn't touched it in months, and it's probably off, and I must have pulled it from a cupboard somewhere. So the mystery of the thick oyster sauce.
I shouldn't laugh because that could be bad. But it's been a pleasure, regardless of what happens. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you do die live on air, but think of the views.
It'll be worth it.
We'll go mainstream. We'll
go viral. I've got a stomach of cast iron. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. All that prosecco you drink.
Yeah.
You've got to have solid innards. Well, let's hope they stay solid anyway.
They're sort of amorphous liquid now, my innards, so they can adapt.
Other than the oyster sauce issue, how have you been? It's been a couple of weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? We weren't here last Friday. It's been a week of ups and downs, really. There's been some illness in the house with COVID was in the house, and my little boy was ill with something else that wasn't COVID. So we were A&E with him. So that was a bit of a thing. I mean, we had Africa Day at the school, which
what was that? What?
Yes. Well, your face was as puzzled as ours when it was announced in the school letter that Africa Day's on Friday, and we were like, what's that? And there was an email went out going, what is this? And they just emailed back saying, fancy dress, Africa style. Okay. So, I had my fingers crossed, waiting for some little boy or girl to turn up in blackface, you know, that some parent who's not quite with it didn't quite understand, but it was just dressed as African animals. But that was quite a highlight. Right. That was a highlight. I think that's a nice thing. I like the days when you get to when they have these special days at school. I think it's nice. It was lovely. My little girl dressed up as a cheetah. It was lovely. What else happened? I went to London. I took two of my children to London to see a show. My Neighbour Totoro, which I'll talk about later, at the Barbican. Yes, stage version of the Ghibli film.
I just assumed you just watched the film again.
No, watch the stage
bugger me.
show.
I'm now looking forward to that segment.
I bet you are. The only problem with that was I parked at Stratford and then went to the theatre, and then when we came back, I'd lost my car, Stu, because Stratford car park in Westfield is really big, and I made the mistake of thinking C stood for car park, but there's an A car park, B car park, and C. So I'm walking around C for a long time, holding two little kids' knackered hands, just going, I'm gonna have to just live here now because that's
Except
gone.
Your
the cars.
fate. We're here now.
We're nomads now, children. Luckily, a kindly security guard helped me and told me that I was in A, so that was okay. Other things that have happened, I was going to talk about wrestling, but maybe we'll save that because I did watch Crown Jewel, and I highly recommend the final match, the title match between Logan Paul and Roman Reigns. That was wonderful. And if he wasn't a YouTuber, you'd think he was a goddamn superstar, that Logan Paul. And we released a new Blessed Diaries as well this week, I think.
Well, as you mentioned it, shall we? Let's bring that up. Let's bring old. There's old Blessed.
There he is.
There he is, the old boy. So what episode are we up to now on the old Blessed Diaries?
I don't know. I think it's 15. I think 14, 15. There was the Halloween special that was in parts 1 and 2, wasn't there? So I don't know. We just keep bringing them. They just keep coming.
Yep.
But this is a nice one. This one.
Well, I'm going to play it. Let's experience this together, Jimmy.
You got the volume sorted down the bottom.
It's all good. I'll just give it. I'll give it a tweak. Yeah. What would I do without you, Jimmy? Right, let's watch Blessed, see what he's up to, shall we?
The year 2000.
You know that's loud.
June 3rd. I found a lump. It was a Friday, and I'd just won 6 sets to love against Cliff Richard, and he was fucking furious. Whilst we were in the shower, Cliff asked if he could borrow my minty sauce. I said, of course, but word of warning: when using it down below, it feels like you're pushing a tic-tac down the eye of your wee willy winky. As usual, Cliff threw caution to the wind and squirted the whole bottle all over his Peter Dinklage. Just to prove a fucking point. He thinks he's so hard. As I washed the footy fluff from between my toes, my fingers felt the most unwelcome feeling. A protrusion, a bubble, a lump. It's finally got me. The big C! Yes, Brian? Not you, Cliff, you bellend. I have a lump between my toes. Check it for me, will you? Get the fuck! I'm not going anywhere near your trotters. And with that, he turned around and walked out the shower and said, "One love, Richards." I spent the next few weeks trying out homeopathic remedies, recommended to me by my good friend from over the pond, Whoopi Goldberg. We met years ago when I played Tubby Tucker, the fat nun, in Sister Act. Whoopi suggested using the following rubs for my foot: cheese and pickle, egg and cress, and coronation chicken. I said, fuck me, Whoopi. I'm trying to cure cancer there, not open up a fucking sandwich shop. After weeks of smelling like the hummy arse of a butcher's dog, I bit the bullet, and I Ubered my way to the A&E. I sat down with the doctor, and I removed my shoe and sock. He took a blade in his hand, and with one quick swipe, he made a slit between my big toe and my yellow toe. He then proceeded to squeeze my foot like a tube of toothpaste. Finally, out it popped, a lime green tic-tac. I thanked the doctor quite profusely, popped the tic-tac into my mouth, and off I went home. I called Richard on my mobile to tell him the good news. "Cliff," I said, "I'm cancer-free." "That's great news, Brian. Sue Barker's coming over. Why don't you join us? We're having a spot of hot lunch." Confused by the offer, whether he meant a slice of fish or a slice of his own shit, given the option, I just
Bravo. I think I now want to see the Cliff Richard Diaries. To be honest, I think that's a spin-off we all want to see.
Oh God!
Very good, Jimmy. Very good. That deserves a reaction. A reaction. So there we go.
Yeah,
Bravo.
That was a nice one. That one. We enjoyed filming that one. I thought Matthew Early's Cliff was brilliant. His Brian Blessed delivery was good, and Tim Downey's editing was brilliant once again. Yeah. We're yet to hear back from Cliff's lawyers to say, cease and desist.
He won't be happy, but they catch wind of that.
Yeah.
Again, it's been nice knowing you. Welcome to Colin Doolan in the chat. Oi oi. I'm very gaseous today. I'm so sorry. Welcome, Colin. Lovely to have you. Sorry, we weren't here for you last week.
I actually met up with Colin Doolan this week as well.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Me and Colin Doolan and our friend Will went for a steak and a lovely glass of the sparkly stuff. That was lovely.
Lovely. So that's your week, is it, Jimmy? Nothing else to report?
Sorry, lots there. But
that's good.
How about you? I feel fine. Fine.
I'll keep checking in on you as the show progresses. Imagine.
No.
How am I? It's been a bit topsy-turvy in the Garrard household as well, to be honest with you. Let's talk real for a moment. I've had a bit of a mental health wobble the last, I'd say week maybe. Various different issues that I won't bore you with or go into any great detail, but it kind of all came to a head when we had to put my poor cat down. And that was very traumatic. And I don't know, It was a forgive the pun, a catalyst for my.
It is a good one, though, Stu.
I know. I've stolen that from Rock. Incidentally, some private chats we had together. He used that inadvertently. I think he may have thought he caused some great offence, but no, it's a cracking pun. I congratulated him on his work. But no, Buttons was an RSPCA rescue cat, and we got very attached to her. She was very much part of the family. It's Benjamin's first pet, so it kind of hit us all very hard. And thanks, Colin. Sorry to hear. And but that kind of, I don't know. It started a downward spiral for me, and everything kind of got a bit on top of me. But I reached out and got some counselling, and things are going okay. And doing stuff like this, Jimmy. I did a few streams in the week, just playing some video games, and that was great. People came on to chat, and I don't know, when you're just connecting with people, it's just nice, and it aids the healing process, I think. But I'm still not 100%, but coming on here and chatting to you is certainly lifting the spirits, my friend. So thank you. So thank you, Jimmy, for reaching out and making sure I was okay and stuff. So cheers to you, brother. Cheers,
buddy. And you've ordered a new cat?
We have moved on very quickly. Now we thought that Button's legacy should be to carry on the RSPCA rescue love, so we are getting a new one. But I learned today that the cat's got to have physiotherapy. I didn't know cats had physiotherapy.
It sounds like someone is selling snake oil there, Stu.
Does that sound weird to anyone else? Chat, have you heard of cat physiotherapy? I certainly haven't.
We've got Carl Meyer in the comments who sends his love. He too lost a cat a little while ago, which was devastating.
Oh, bless you.
Devastating.
Yeah.
And he'll probably know about cat masseuses. He knows a lot about cats. not mucking around. Did you say masseuse?
Physiotherapy. So.
Physio, yes.
I don't know. I've got images of a cat posing as a masseuse now, not somebody who massages cats.
There we go.
White coat massaging her with the.
Comment in the comment section, Stu.
Cat neurologist. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. I know, it's hard. I feel, it's weird because I felt guilty for feeling so bad about losing what people probably think, oh, it's just a cat, but it's not just a cat. It was a member of the family, and I think I was being a bit unkind to myself in thinking that way. But I think when you're, in the midst of having these horrible thoughts, and I think it's inevitable that you may think that way. But yeah, it's a strange one, but. Yeah, I do miss her, bless her. But it gets easier with time.
It was the previous week when we did the Halloween special, and you said, "Yeah, I've been really getting on with my cat. Everyone's been away, so I've been chatting to my cat. I love my bloody cat."
I know. It's fucking nice.
A week later,
I know. I kind of think she just had enough. A week of me, and she thought, "Fuck this, I'm out. I'm stamping my card. I'm going."
Yeah. If they're not coming back, I'm not sticking around. If I'm stuck with him.
Yeah. You mean, you have to laugh about it now, but because I think that's one way we get through grief, isn't it?
Well, exactly. But, some people probably deal with it.
More. But it was weird, okay, because I won't lie, I did shed a few tears, and I did that in front of Benj, and he couldn't. He had to leave. He had to leave the room. He couldn't look at me in the face. I think that was the first time he'd seen his dad.
Disgusted. He was disgusted with you.
That's kind of what it felt like. He said, "I know, I'm not looking at you in the eyes. I will not make eye contact."
But that's interesting.
Have you experienced anything like that? I don't know if you've been close to, tears in front of your kids anymore.
No. I've managed to hold it together.
It was a strange experience, and I do. You try and talk to him about it, but...
And I'm not saying, you should hold it together. I'm just saying I haven't yet.
No, not at all.
Certainly I know people that, loads of other people that have. And
I would if I could have done, Jimmy. I would if I could. But, it's weird, because I don't ever remember seeing my dad cry. And I don't know how I would react if I saw that. So Benji's got out of the way early, I suppose.
Yeah. He's realised
You
his dad
soft
is
sod.
fallible. No, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember when my dad's mum died, and I saw him in the house, and he was a bit sad, but he didn't cry.
No.
But he's a hardened Scotsman, my dad. Like, he's not really a crier.
I don't know. Do you think there's a generational thing there? Do you think
Well, I think
getting
we're
more
softer,
used? Do you think so? I think we probably are.
and not that that's a bad thing. You know, I cry. I can cry at adverts, Stu. I can cry at a good Christmas advert.
Yeah. I think there's no shame in it, despite how Benjamin reacted. But yeah, it was a tough week. But as with all things, time is a great healer. I know it's a cliche, but it really is. And here we are, podcasting, doing this show, and it's
Absolutely.
doing this is going to be a great healing experience as well. So
Some comments in the comment section, Stu. The Rock is here.
is he? Oh, hello, Rock. Hey, chaps. Hello, Rock. How you doing, my friends? How you doing, buddy? Let's try this Carl Meyer thread. Yeah, I feel your pain. It's really tough. You're right. They are part of the family, Carl. I really do believe that. Sob like a baby. Yeah, me too.
And he's German.
Tough.
Don't expect that. Not from tough. He's a big, tough German fella.
We need to see our parents cry to give us permission to do it. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's a complex old relationship. Father and son, or father and daughter, and seeing your parents cry. It was a strange experience crying in front of Benj. But
Was you sobbing profusely at his feet?
wasn't quite that bad, but I was.
Okay.
I was, pretty heartbroken. But
And you've got the ashes?
we do, yes. We got her privately cremated. Okay, these were the options they gave you, right? They said they either lump loads of pets together and do like a group cremation, and then just scatter them about. I don't know. They didn't. I think they said some field somewhere. Obviously,
It's horrible.
I know, I know. Or for around £200, we can cremate them privately and, make a nice.
Oh, hold on. And what was the
scatter tube? We've got a tube with their ashes in.
What was the group burn?
Price wise, I can't remember.
Yeah,
significantly cheaper, I think. But
to be honest,
backstage,
there's no difference. No, but backstage there's no difference.
Yeah, probably.
You got a load of cat. You got a load of cats.
You say that we did get a card that said, "Oh, Buttons was treated with the utmost dignity and respect when she was cremated." I'm not sure. You can't, there's no.
I think
taking
she
the word
probably
for it.
was. Yeah, I think she probably was.
I know.
And you do a live scattering.
I don't want to. I kind of want to keep them.
Yeah, keep them.
I want to get like
nice
a
box.
decorative whatever. I was looking at cat urns on Amazon the other day. Right. It's been quite the week. When you're looking at cat urns, you can get some nice like decorative like porcelain cats in various poses.
I think if you just change one of those words, you get it cheaper. If you typed in cat cookie jar rather than cat, because I presume funerals and urns are like weddings. You add that word to it, and the price goes up. Right? Flowers, £5. Wedding flowers, £100.
Oh.
So if you put cat cookie jar, you could get a nice cat cookie jar and put the ashes in that, and maybe just keep Benj away. Yes, it should definitely do that.
Yeah, I think so. But
he would have wanted that.
Yes. Benjamin is obviously fascinated by the ashes. He wants to look at them. They're still sealed in the scatter tube, so we haven't done anything with them. But,
interesting comment in the comment section, Stu, there.
Mm.
By Carl Meyer.
So Carl went for the group, not because of price, but we felt that was not our cat anymore. Oh, that's sad.
Interesting.
Spirit
had left.
Yeah. So I assume then you don't get anything when you do that process. They don't just give you like a collected handful of ashes. I don't know. I wasn't really focusing on that. As soon as they said, we just gather a load of cats together and burn them. I thought, no, I don't want that. I want the dignified ceremony.
Yeah, I'm sorry for. I shouldn't be laughing. It's something very comical about cats. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a weird thing. You know, in like films, you always see a cat being thrown and you hear a meow. You're like, there's that.
Yeah.
Probably due to Leslie Nielsen or something like that. It's created that
Tom and
cat
Jerry
issue. No.
Oh,
there you go.
that's lovely. We took a print of her paws before. That's lovely.
That's nice.
We didn't get much notice. That's the only issue. This is all very quick. It all happened on the Monday. This happened on Halloween as well, so it ruined Halloween for me. So was that a laugh?
Well, again, my mind just goes to like Pet Cemetery, Halloween. Cat.
Well, she was a black.
Film.
She was a black cat.
Yeah.
So she chose Halloween to leave us.
To go. 17 years old.
Yeah, she had a good innings, to be fair.
Good innings for a cat.
Yeah, but God rest her soul. Buttons, you will never be forgotten until we get the new cat.
Good. Buttons too.
And another thing, right? Oh. Amanda got a cushion with a photo of Buttons put on it, and well, when she gave it, she presented it to me as if it was some magnificent gift she was giving me, and I just said, "Well, what's this toots you purchased?
How much did this cost? I've just paid for my cat to be cremated."
Why would you? I should take a photo of it and put it on Twitter or something. But yeah, it's just Buttons' face on a cushion. It's like, okay.
It could have been worse. It could have been like that labyrinth worm that I got with button photos printed on it.
Yeah, yeah. Dodged a bullet, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, she thought she was doing something nice.
I know, and it's, to be fair, it's very nice. A lot of this is bravado and comedy for the show, but
of course.
I was deeply hurt when it happened, but we're getting better and we're getting there. So yeah, let's draw a line under the cat business and let's crack on with the show, Jimmy, shall we?
Get on with the monkey business, yeah.
I think we need to kick off the show in traditional style with the Ask Us Anything segment. And we've got some cracking questions from Holly this week. So,
nice.
We'll take a brief break and come back with Ask Us Anything. Here we go. Ask Us Anything. Thank you, Holly, as always. I did put a shout out on Twitter. A little post up for people to submit some questions. I should just check that briefly. Actually, just bear with me. Just make sure I
should ask Mike, because I send out a WhatsApp, to lots of people, friends of the show, to see. I should do one during the week for an Ask Us Anything, shouldn't I? I should put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, not that we don't love Holly's questions, but
of course,
I'm worried the listeners don't bother because Holly's always asking questions. So
yeah,
but I thought I'd give the other viewers the opportunity. So I put it out on Twitter, but did get no response. But I'll do that each week. So hopefully, as it goes on, people will.
We'll get one.
Eventually, it will happen.
What ramblings have we got from the mind of Holly this week?
4 questions from her this week. I know some of them, probably don't need as much in-depth discussion as the others. But first up, if Adam and Eve were the first people on Earth, did they have belly buttons?
Good question.
Yeah, I think so.
No. No? I mean, Eve was made out of Adam's rib, wasn't she?
That's right. Are they? I don't. Forgive me. Are they depicted in modern culture as having belly buttons? I don't know. I guess in the films they do. And
what films?
I don't know.
The Adam and Eve film. I don't think there's been an Adam and Eve film shoot, but now I want to see it. Now I want that film, and they could answer that question. But Adam was the first man just created from the dirt, right? He just dirt.
Clay,
there he is.
Yeah, just
clay. Yeah, mud. Grit. And he was like, there you go. And he was like, yeah, sweet. And he was running around and doing his thing. And then he got a bit lonely. And he went, God, I'm lonely. So he went, hold on. Broke his rib. Mashed it up. Made a woman. Went, there you go.
This is incredible. I didn't know you had such encyclopedic knowledge of the Old Testament.
Yeah, big time, big time.
Yeah.
And then that carried on for a while. Then the snake obviously turned up and went, "Hello, Eve. Do you fancy that fruit?"
Yep.
And she went, because women are weak. And she ate the fruit, and then God came down and went, "What'd you do? I told you not to eat that fruit. I said you can eat anything else in this garden, but not that tree, not that fruit." I mean, that's like saying don't press the button, isn't it?
Yeah.
But still, they did it. And then he said, right, from now on, Adam, you'll have to plough the fields to make food grow. Eve, you'll have to get really painful during birth. And now you've got to wear clothes. You can feel shame, and you've got to wear clothes now. And I think the snake had legs. And he went, you've got to wriggle around on your belly from now on, snake.
Wow. It's all bullshit, isn't it? All bullshit.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah.
Interesting question from Rock. Was Adam Morph? Yeah.
Adam
like
was Morph? I mean, that's Adam was Morph? Morph? Can you do a Morph?
That's more Pingu, isn't it?
He's like that, wasn't he? And then his mate was like,
Yeah. Oh, classic. And then Tony Hart in this, I guess, is God in this this charade that we've constructed.
Yeah. He'd go, put on some clothes. Now you've been banging each other, morphing your mate. Yeah. So
none of this answers the question. Did they have belly buttons?
at the start, I said no.
No. Okay, we'll go with that.
You go.
Yeah,
There's your
because
answer,
they
mate.
would have been smooth. Yeah. Okay.
No umbilical cord.
And then going forward, they would have had belly buttons.
Yeah. And a lot of those people going forward live till like 1,000 years old, according to the Bible, if you do the maths.
Yep.
They had better healthcare back then, I think. What's next? Answered.
What hair colour do bald people list on their driver's license?
Do you have to list hair colour, Stu?
This is what I questioned when I read the questions. I think this must be an Americanized version or an American question, surely, because we don't list that, do we?
I don't think so.
Unless, they must do over there, maybe.
Why would
Regardless, what would you put? What would I put? I suppose is the question.
Yeah, I don't know what you're asking me.
Well, I guess I do have a hair colour. Technically, if it grew out, it would
I'd love
be...
you to grow your hair out, Stu.
I think it'd be a greyish colour now. I don't know.
No,
I should
surely
experiment.
grey. You're only we're still young, Stu. I mean, I know I got a bit of silver here, but look, yours was similar colour to mine at school, wasn't it?
Mousy brown. I think that's the term.
When did you start shaving it off?
A fair while ago.
You had to contemplate that.
I don't know. Probably like, if we're talking my age, probably like mid-20s.
Really?
Yeah, like a close crop, but I now go to the skin, and I've been doing that for a fair few years now.
Yeah.
Just easier.
During
So
lockdown, did you not consider growing it back?
No. Thing is, Jimmy, it grows around the side and back.
Well, that's what I imagining. Like Hogan.
Yeah, exactly like Hulk Hogan. Or just like a younger, a CG de-aged version of my dad.
How much would someone have to sponsor you to grow it out?
Go out. Well, that's a good question.
And not for charity. I
No,
mean, this money's going to you.
I'd probably do it for 500 quid.
I was going to say 500 quid. Right, there's our next event. Raise 500 quid.
You say that. Rock straight in there instead of mauve. I'm assuming he means.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing.
They should do Eggtober, where people shave their heads for charity. Yep. Or the reverse.
Reverse, yeah.
Yeah, grow it.
Grow what you got.
If you can, grow it.
Growtober.
Grow it, Egghead. So to answer
Nice.
Holly's question, I guess you would go. I don't know. Like, what colour is skin? Like, just like
Everyone's got different skin, haven't they?
like just peachy. I don't know. Whatever your skin is.
There you go. What's next? We're doing all
Sword.
4
Yep.
of this madness.
If you have to wait for a waiter, does that make you the waiter?
Aren't you the waitee?
If you wait for a waiter, does that make you the waiter? Well, you're waiting, aren't you?
If you go for an interview, there's a person who is the interviewer who's asking you questions, and you are the interviewee. So my suspicion would be you're the waitee.
I'd go with that. That makes grammatical sense, I think.
And if you've had some nice big lunch, you're certainly waitee.
Yes, works on so many levels, doesn't it?
Yeah, loads.
Asked and answered. Why? Finally, why is the number 11 not pronounced 1-1?
I prefer that. And let's just start doing it.
Yeah. 1-1.
I like it.
Can't argue with it. Let's do that.
So what 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5?
Yeah. As opposed to the teens. Yeah. Let's do it. Why not?
New
rule. Doing it. There we go. Thank you, Holly, for Ask Us Anything questions. If you want to submit some for us, then head over to Twitter, twitter.com/RenaissanceCast. Follow us over there, and then probably during the week or on a Friday morning, I'll pop out a request for some questions, and then you can submit them that way. Just whilst we're talking about ways that you can support the show, I have set up now, you'll see in the corner, how are you pronouncing that, Jimmy? I want to go Ko-fi.
Me too.
Kofi, as in Kofi Kingston, not coffee.
No, it's a K, isn't it?
The concept is you can head over to ko-fi.com/RenaissanceCast. And if you like to support us, you can tip us £3 or the price of a coffee. You know, if you like what we do and you want to see us flourish and see us reinvest that money into the show, then you can go over and do that for us.
Do it. Next week, you'll see me and Stu wearing crowns.
Yep. My mum has already donated £3, so we're living the high life. We're living the high life. We're on the road.
Is there something they can click on, Stu?
Do you know what? I'll write it in the chat right now. Thank you, Jimmy. That's a cracking idea. Of course, you can also
a website.
Yeah, you can head over to follow us on Twitter, like I say, sub on YouTube, head over to Twitch if you prefer to watch us through Twitch. So there's a variety of means and ways for you to support the channel. Right. There we go. It's in the chat for you. So go head over, click on that link, and you can, if you so wish, there's no pressure. It's just there. It's not a subscription. You just pay whenever you feel like it, £3 to us. Give us a tip. Buy us a coffee. That's the concept. Buy us a Ko-fi.
If you want. You don't have to.
Yes, if you
don't feel bad if you don't.
No.
Please.
No. Right. With that out of the way, Jimmy, this is your time to shine. It's time for us to see if the past can make us laugh. And there's this very special memorial version of Can the Past Make Us Laugh this week. So
true that.
Join us after this. Can the past make us laugh? Young James, what have you got for us?
Young James. I think I'm a month. Hang on, when's your birthday? My month. Are you November?
Yeah, man. 2 weeks.
Your birthday's in 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we won't say how old we are.
29.
Yes. So, can the past make us laugh? Well, we've been getting a lot of strikes mostly each week for bringing up the BBC sketches or James Corden. But what did lead me to this sketch this week was the loss of Leslie Phillips.
Yeah.
Ding Dong, the voice of... Ding Dong, that's how you delivered it, wasn't it? The voice of the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter.
I did not know that. When I saw his, people were listing off his career accomplishments. When they listed that, I thought, oh, did not know that. That's interesting.
He wasn't just a voice. That's what I mean. He was 98. That's what he looked like by the end. He looked like an old hat. They just an old leathery hat, and they just sat him on Daniel Radcliffe's head, and he's like, "Hello, Mr. Potter, ding dong." So I haven't watched this. It could be awful, but I thought in memoriam we'll play a Leslie Phillips bit of guff.
Casanova 73, is that a title of a film?
I don't know, but he was supposed to be quite the that was his thing, wasn't he? He was quite the charming man, wasn't he?
Yeah. The charming English gent of his time. He was in a few Carry-Ons, wasn't he? I'm sure he was.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
he was of that era, that style of comedy, that kind of bawdy,
yeah. But English humour. That's what it was at the time.
Yeah.
British comedy.
Yeah, right. So let's cue this up. Let's unmute, and let's take in for one last time the late great
one last time,
Leslie Phillips.
This is his last performance.
You know, Henry, a man as handsome as you shouldn't be wasted on just one woman. He should make many women happy.
Yes, well, that's exactly the way I see it. I mean, spread it around. I mean, if you've got it, then give it.
Yes, of course you should.
Yes, unfortunately, my wife doesn't see it that way. But, so therefore, if she finds out I was in the Osteria San Martino with another woman when I should have been at the lodge meeting, that will be it.
Oh, I see. The Osteria San Martino.
But of course, if no one tells her, she won't know, will she?
No, of course she won't.
It'll be our little secret, just you and I, eh?
Would you excuse me for a moment?
Of course, yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that was all right, wasn't it? Oh, silly old bag. Well, I just have another drink and I'll push off. Oh, must be the old man, I suppose. Poor devil. You're well out of it, my son. Imagine. Oh, God. Doesn't bear thinking about it. I mean, imagine. Oh, Lord, you know.
There you go, Casanova 73.
Fade to black. What happened there? Ding dong.
I mean, was that the same woman? Just looking awful. Was he? What was he trying to do then?
Was
he going to bang her?
Casual sex pestery, by the sounds of things.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused by it, but I enjoyed it. He was really horrible, but I think I want to watch the show.
Interesting. That was another BBC joint, so I bet we get.
Oh,
stricken by the estate of Leslie Phillips. Yeah. I don't know. What do we think? That's very, very much a style of British comedy from the mid 70s, isn't it? You know, like
yes,
you say, that Carry-On style.
Yeah, but a bit darker, wasn't it? Like, it was a little bit dark. He was a little bit evil, wasn't he?
He wasn't kind, was he? He wasn't particularly, what's the word? Complimentary to her, was he?
No, and I was laughing because of how awful he was. Like, I wasn't laughing because I was like, this is good comedy. I was laughing because I was like, Jesus Christ, is he really saying these things?
Very much a sign of the times, though. You know that. I think that's what we've kind of discovered throughout this whole process of seeing if the past can indeed make us laugh. Humor kind of does. It doesn't really. What something that's funny in the 70s isn't necessarily something that's funny to us today.
No. And as I say, that made me laugh, but not for the right reasons.
Exactly, for all the wrong reasons, I would say.
Yeah. But apart from the if you've got it, give it. line did make me laugh. And his delivery was good. It was clearly a time as well before when they could do much editing. I think they could only edit I think they were only allowed 4 muck-ups per episode or something like that, because she
What
said...
does that mean? Is that like stages or scenes?
Well, I remember watching a show about Doctor Who where it was the making of Doctor Who, and occasionally he'd fluff his lines, and they could cut only a certain amount of time.
Right,
so
gotcha.
few fluffed lines are left in, like early Doctor Who.
Really?
And stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. And in that, did you not notice at the start the woman said women instead of woman?
I didn't know.
Yeah, if you play it again, just to start, she says, I think as a women.
Let me refresh this.
A man as handsome as you. You know, Henry, a man as handsome as you shouldn't be wasted on just one woman. He should make many women happy.
Yes, well, that's exactly the way I see it. I mean, spread it around.
So why was that? Is that was film just so expensive in the 70s?
I guess so. Yeah, I just think they weren't. I can't remember, to be honest. I don't want to commit myself. Rock will probably remember if he's still in the chat. But there was a reason why they could only fluff up a certain amount of lines, and if they fluffed up, it's like, right, well, that fluff is in there now.
Yeah, just do it. Do it. Yeah, that's a fair point, because just thinking quickly back, I can think of several 80s, 70s era sitcoms where something awry happens and you think, well, why didn't they just shoot that again? I think there's a couple of Fools and Horses where things fall off, drinks fall off of Del Boy's bar, or Rodney drops something, or something like that, and you think, well, why haven't you just done that again? And perhaps this was the reason.
Well, film was very expensive.
It must have been.
It's all digital now, isn't it? But film, the celluloid. Oh, 6. Sorry, Rock, I was only joking. I thought you'd just know it because you're a smart dude.
Yeah.
But, film was very expensive. You can't record over the film you've just done. You'll only have a certain amount of film to use. So if you run out of film, you're like, well, we're fucked. So you just have to go, okay, we'll just use that take. We can't do another take because we won't have enough film for the episode. That would be my... That, I think, is 100% right.
It sounds legit, to be honest, Jimmy. Yeah, it sounds.
Because you can't record over it. That's the thing.
Midge, welcome, Midge. Hello, my friend. Midge was -17 in 1973. What a bastard, eh? He loves to flaunt how young he is, but he's cracking on as well.
Yeah,
he'll soon be 40.
And Stu, we weren't born in 73 either.
No, I know. I don't know what he's implying.
80s children. Oh. But there you go, Stu. Did the past that I brought make you laugh?
Not really, no.
No.
It's a funny thing with Leslie Phillips.
I hope he burns in hell.
No, whoa. No. I didn't really like him when he was in the Carry On films. For me, he was always in the worst Carry On films. I think more of the earlier ones.
I think he was in Taxi, I think.
Yeah.
Which was the first one, I believe.
So I don't associate him as a carry-on actor and have much kind of great reverence and love for him. But obviously, he's a well-respected actor, comedy actor. And, there was an expression of love for him as he passed, sadly, this week. But for me, not one of my favourites. But,
no.
Each to their own.
Yeah, absolutely. Another. It was sad, Stu. It's just another one of the Potter lot have gone, because they're dropping like flies. The Potter lot, aren't they?
They are. Yes, the Potter curse.
Yeah, the cursed, not child, the cursed cast. I mean, they were old, a lot of them, but Yeah. He certainly wasn't Sid James or Kenneth Williams, was he?
No, he was not. Or Charles Hawtrey.
Yeah, he was your favourite, wasn't he? Oh, Charles.
Yeah.
He was an alcoholic.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 was 2022? That was 11 years ago now. That's crazy.
Really? And was that his last credit?
His last credit is a film called After Death. Funnily enough. 2012, following the sudden death of their last surviving parent, their dad, 2 brothers and 2 sisters return to the family home after many years to face each other, face facts and face the future. What do they do? What do they know of the past? Sounds dull.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Stu. That's what I brought, because it was a memoriam to Leslie Phillips, who, you can say what you want about him. He certainly had a way about him, didn't he?
Away with the ladies as well.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take some of those lines. I've written them down.
Oh dear. Right. Thank you, Jimmy. That was Can the Past Still Make Us Laugh? Not as successful this week, I don't think. Past needs to up its game.
All right, I will.
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming
hello next week.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'd forgotten about hello.
Oh, hello, yes. Any of the who wrote those?
I don't know.
Oh, that famous duo, wasn't it? That famous comedy writing duo. They did like The Likely Lads and stuff like that. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, get some of that stuff. Hello, it's great. Right, my friend. It is time for us to take a look at the latest in the world of cinematic trailers as we react to them.
Oh, lovely.
In a segment we like to call Hot Takes. Welcome to Hot Takes. My name is Stuart Garrard. That is Jimmy the Saint of the Renaissance Men. This is Hot Takes, where we react to the latest cinematic trailers. And Jimmy, I've got something for you that has been long discussed as kind of like Oscar-worthy material for us.
Yes,
both in the film and the performance.
I was wondering what you were going to bring, Stu, this week, and then I was whacking some things in the notes, and I got a quick glimpse of it, and I went, yes! Oh, I'm excited, because this is a hot topic for a hot take, isn't it?
Yeah, very good, very good. I don't know much about this film, only that it has got such buzz about it. I think it's done a couple of festivals. I think it probably did Cannes, and maybe I don't know. I'm trying to make myself to make myself sound intelligent, but it's The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser.
People are saying this is his like big comeback film. Is it? This is what's going to bring him back to where he should have been, because he was big, wasn't he? Not in stature, but in like Hollywood with the Mummy films and all of that sort of stuff. California Man, and then he dropped off the radar. And I think there's a story about him being. Is there a story about him being sexually molested?
What? I don't know.
That
took a turn I didn't expect.
I know something happened to him. Why he had to sort of get out of Hollywood. It wasn't a good.
Really?
Yeah, he was in Crash. Do you remember Crash? That was a great film. That was an Oscar-nominated film and that sort of stuff. Not the one about people getting turned on by car crashes. the one with all he was in that. Played Sandra Bullock's husband, I think.
Well, The Whale is really interesting for me because it's got so many aspects to it that remind me of The Wrestler. Okay. Both directed by Darren Aronofsky.
Really?
The Wrestler rekindled old
Mickey
Rourke's career.
Yeah.
This, The Whale, could it rekindle? Seems like it is rekindling Brendan Fraser's career. So I'm really excited for this because The Wrestler for me is one of my all-time favorite films.
Such a good.
I love that film. Theme, performance. I love the soundtrack by Springsteen, the song by Springsteen. I just love that whole film. Is just a complete package that I adore. So if this can replicate any of that, then I'm there day one.
I think he'll be doing less jumping off of top turnbuckles, this character. Because well, he weighs 600 pounds in the film.
Yes. So the brief synopsis from IMDb is a reclusive English teacher attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter. I'm loving that already. Themes of kind of estranged relationships. Again,
That happens in a wrestler.
Yeah, very much similar themes, isn't it? By the sounds of things. Hopefully, our truth is in the whale. I don't know, but it might not be.
R-Truth the wrestler.
Yeah, well, he's in the wrestler. I'm just
Was he?
hoping. Oh yeah, there's loads of wrestlers in the wrestler.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Go back and watch it. Go look.
I will do. I will do. I need to.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's roll them, Stu. I'm excited to see Brendan Fraser as the whale.
All this gassing, I haven't keyed it up.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. We'll get there. We're like TV shows of the old. If we fluff up, we just leave them in. We can't edit this stuff out. It just stays in. It stays
right, here we go. I've got it up now. Pardon the expression. This is the trailer for The Whale. Let's go full screen and let's bring it over. Here we go. The Whale. Just rewind it to the beginning. Let's sit back and enjoy. Sadie Sink, lovely.
The sound of the sea there. Is he playing an actual whale?
Do you ever get the feeling people are incapable of not caring? People are amazing.
I want to see more. I want to see more.
My God, it comes out next month, and that's all we're getting. Crikey!
Should we watch it again? Let's watch that again. I think we need to. I want to watch. I want to see it again.
Go for it.
Do you ever get the feeling people are incapable of not caring? People are amazing.
Yeah, that looks. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to play it for a third time. No, that looks right up my alley. Looks up Rock's alley as well. He's in. Rock's in. Music sounds fantastic. Road to Perdition like.
Elephant Man vibes. Do you know I still haven't seen Road to Perdition? It kills me. I've got it. I just haven't got round to watching it. I know it's supposed to be wonderful. That looks like an absolute gut wrencher, doesn't it?
It does. It looks like it's very much. I mean, it's hard to tell from the very little footage we got, but I'm getting vibes of a very kind of relationship-based, narrative between the father and the daughter. I'm hoping it's going to be. I hope I'm not making too many comparisons to the wrestler, but I hope they kind of go with the. The flawed character, because Randy the Ram Robinson was very much a flawed character, but you rooted for him.
Yeah.
And I hope this does a similar thing. I don't know if he's going to be a flawed character. I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You want excuse the pun, a well-rounded character, because if he's just he's nice, give him. He's got to have some depth.
And he's got some depth. Oh, Jimmy.
I know, I'm really sorry. That was an accidental pun, because I genuinely meant it well. Right. I mean, just even him just doing that little bit there, he's going to be bringing out a stormer there. Oh, Brendan Fraser. And he was a good actor. He is a good actor. The Mummy films are great. Especially, the first one's great.
Is that all him, by the way? Is that a fat suit, or is that...
Oh, it's a fat suit. No, yeah,
or
he's
has
not
he put
big.
on that weight?
No.
I don't know.
No, he's bigger than he was, but he's not like George of the Jungle shape anymore. but he's, he got a big head and his hair went thin. But he's not 600 pounds like Jesus.
Rock asks, is it in theatres only? I imagine I'll get a theatrical release. Yeah, it's got to be.
What's nice to see is it's you don't get these films very much, these. Well, you probably do, but you don't see them around too much. They don't get the advertising like all the Marvel and Disney and Star Wars, even though that's all Disney. All of that stuff that's just pushed down our throats. Like, that's the only things we sort of see now, isn't it? DC and superheroes. It's just people in capes. So seeing something like that is exciting.
Yeah, I think it is. Having just a quick Google, I think it is a fat suit. But I think he did put on some weight.
That's good. Face.
Yeah, the fat suit added 300 extra pounds.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, looks fantastic. Rock agrees with Jimmy. I wasn't really listening to Jimmy, so what is he agreeing with? Sorry, I was Googling.
It's all right. I don't know. I don't really listen to what I say either.
No, it's fine. But he agreed.
No, I think it's just... hopefully it's just going to be a belter.
Oh, yeah. It certainly looks like it's a film of quality.
Oh, the stuff about Marvel, I think he's agreeing with. We only get the Disney and Marvel, Star Wars stuff. Like, it's good to see a big film like that looks like an independent movie getting big attention.
Yeah. You generally get one of these a year, don't you? Around like leading up to award season, like the film that gets the buzz. Ironically, and I think it's a lot to do with Fraser and his Fraser
Crane.
Dr. Fraser Crane and his performance in The Whale. And what that means for his career, kind of like we said, the similarities to, I keep forgetting his fucking name.
Dr. Fraser Crane.
No,
Mickey Rourke.
Thank you, Jesus. Sorry.
Now to discuss this, obviously, is it this year with the Oscars next year with the Oscars where they've brought in the new rules that you have to have a certain amount of people of ethnic diversity in the film and behind the camera. Has that been brought in now?
I thought that was in from last year. I could be wrong.
Was it?
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought so. Colin with a whale emoji. Yep. Was that a thumbs up, Colin? I assume it is. What are we thinking?
I'm excited.
But for me, that looked fantastic. Another successful hot takes reaction, I think, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. That was our reaction to the Whale trailer, and that was hot takes.
Ah, right, you're top and tailing hot takes now.
See,
yeah,
look,
makes
transition.
sense.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, where the hell are we? I think it's time for Week in Geek, isn't it? What have we been up to? It is time for Week in Geek. So let's get rid of that, and let's transition over to find out what the hell we've been up to this week, apart from grieving and mourning. Let's find out. Oh, Jimmy.
Yep. I want to hear from you first, Stu.
Oh, okay. I've got a few little small tidbits that I kind of want to breeze through that I haven't included on the notes, so please indulge me.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it tidbits?
Oh, I don't know.
I always thought it was titbits.
Yes.
But I think it's tidbits.
I've been saying titbits for the 29 years I've been alive.
Yeah, me too. But I'm pretty sure it's tidbits, not titbits.
Titbits. Yeah, okay.
In the comments, let us know if it's tidbits
Tid or tit.
Or tit.
Yes, do let us.
Sorry, Stu, tell us your tidbit.
Tidbits. I'll rock straight in there. It is tid. Damn it. I've just been saying that wrong for 29 years. Bollocks.
People have been looking at you again.
What tit? What tit?
What a tit.
What tit?
Come on, Stu, let's move on. Tell us your stuff. Sorry, forgive me.
My stuff. Right. First up, I just wanted to. I've been enjoying. I think I mentioned it several weeks back. I kind of gone back and watched. Started to rewatch Motherland, and I just wanted to give a shout out that season 3 is now on Netflix, which it hasn't been for a long while. I think it only just came to Netflix this week or the last couple of days. So if you do want to revisit the 3rd series of Motherland, as I shall be doing, then go check it out. Just wanted to give a heads up to our viewers. If you're fans of Motherland, it's a great show. So go queue that up or add that to your watch lists. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap this week on stream. It's kind of been a very much a cathartic experience for me. It's my route way back into streaming, and I've spoken about Marvel Snap before. Do you remember or recall any of those conversations, Jimmy?
No, I'm afraid
No,
not.
no, that's fine. That is fine. I shall.
It's fine. It means no one else will remember.
I'll go over it again.
Do you know, I was going to watch. It came up and I was like, oh, Stu playing Marvel Snap. But it was a live stream and it hadn't started yet. And I was waiting for it to start and I think I fell asleep. I think it was late at night. I think it was quite late, wasn't it?
Yeah. No.
What time was it?
About 7:00.
Yeah, for me, that's late.
Okay, no, that's fine, Jimmy. I'm going to key up a video or one of these streams that I did just so I've got something a visual aid, if you like. So Marvel Snap is it's a card game. It's a Marvel themed card game designed by some fine ladies and gentlemen who were the developers of Hearthstone. If you're into your video games, you will know of Hearthstone, another very successful card game set in the World of Warcraft world. So this group of developers split off from that team, from Blizzard, and developed their own card game around the Marvel universe. And it's very, very easy. It's one of those easy to pick up, hard to master games.
Really? It's been advertised like mad on my YouTube.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah. You see it everywhere. Too busy talking, not queuing up this video.
That's okay. Is it going to be your video of you playing it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's what I was thinking. No copyright strikes there.
Yeah, absolutely. And what is it? You play it on the Switch or is it online or?
It's available on Android, iOS,
right.
And PC via. You can download it from Steam, which is the go-to store for purchasing PC games these days.
And what is it like? Top Trumps?
In a sense, here we go. So the game board is such that you have Stuception. This is brilliant. Hey Stu, you have three locations on your playing board here, and you'll see the cards have like an orange score on them, and that's their power score. And you basically, the simple premise is you just have to have a collective score higher than your opponent. You can play 4 cards at each location. Whoever has the highest power score at each location, best of 3 wins the match.
Right.
But there's intricacies in that, like cards like react to other types of cards, and there's strategy within, like when you timing of you playing your cards or where you play them and such like that. But it's like I say, it's very easy to pick up, but difficult if you really want to master it.
It sounds interesting. We've got a game that we've played occasionally called Munchkin, which is a card game. You know Munchkin? Mm-hmm. Which again, I never played a game like it before, but Carl Meyer, listener of the show, introduced me to it. That was good fun. And I didn't know about that sort of game. Carl loves games like this, and he's a big Dungeons and Dragons man. So he might like something like this. Yeah, he's not a big Marvel man, but still.
No, and I think the artwork of each of the cards. Each card is a character in the Marvel universe, and the artwork is stunning, I think. And the artwork on the cards is great because you can upgrade your cards so they can become like 3D, or every time you upgrade the card, they get a visual upgrade. So the artwork on them is fantastic.
You have to pay for that?
You can do. There are obviously various currencies available to you that you can purchase or win through playing the game. But it's a free-to-play game, and they has the usual, microtransaction tropes. But yeah, it's a really fun game. One that I've been enjoying. Just have it in your pocket, play it for matches are 3 minutes max, so you can kind of get through quite a lot of matches in a short space of time.
Do you play other people online, or are you playing the computer?
No, you are playing other people, and it's random. And so they haven't implemented a way for you to play friends, which I think is...
I prefer that.
Oh, do you? Okay.
It's random, yeah. A little while ago, I downloaded a singing app where you sing with randos. That was quite good fun. It's fun just to suddenly be playing a new person. Me and Emma, the wife as well, used to play a game where I think it was quiz questions. I think that's quite fun. You're just playing with someone in America or someone in Africa or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's I think it's very limited in its modes at the moment, because that is the only thing you can do. You can just play a match against another person and then basically just go up the rankings and unlock more cards as you go. So it's a bit of a grind at the moment, but it's okay. It's good fun. And
how do they make money?
Well, they've got each month they'll release a what they call a season pass. So they'll pretty much design a new card, add that to the pool, and then you can pay money to unlock the card, or you can you can try and earn the card back, or earn the card through playing the game. So, people will buy that season pass, and that's how they earn the money. Hello, John Simmons. How are you doing?
Tell us, how's your poo going? How's your poo going, John?
How's it going?
Regular poo listener.
If you're a fan of the Marvel Universe, if you just like card games, if you like those kind of games you can just have in your pocket on your phone, perfect for John Simmons on the toilet, to be honest. He could just sit on the toilet. Actually, no, that means he won't be watching us.
We're only on Fridays, though.
That's true.
And he shits more than once a week. Do you shit more than once a week, John? Let us know in the comments. I
assumed he just built it all up and saved it for a Friday night and just like...
Yeah. Does a 3-hour marathon whilst watching us.
That's Marvel Snap. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to stream more of it because, it's just good fun. Good fun.
Do it, Stu. I'm liking it.
Thanks, man. What else have I done? Watching wise, did you know season 4 of What We Do in the Shadows has started?
No. On what?
Yeah. Disney
Plus. Disney Plus. I must text my father.
I've watched. There was 2 episodes on there. When did I watch this? Like midweek, I think. So I don't know if they're releasing 2 episodes ago or if it's weekly or whatever it is. But
brilliant.
I was a little bit disappointed with the first 2. Just a little bit.
That must be bad if you're disappointed, because you're friendly and you love it. Oh, John in the comments, 3 hours is nothing for one of those shits. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, why was I disappointed in it? I think I seem to remember us talking about the end of series 3 and thinking, wow, this is a really interesting way to end the show. All the members of the gang had kind of gone off around the world, and we thought, there's really a unique opportunity here for them to maybe expand the story and the lore.
The lore that Stu loves.
Exactly.
And let me guess, they were back together in episode 1 in the first 10 minutes.
They just come back again, and as if nothing's happened. And they've got a child, Colin Robinson, with them. But it's only 2 episodes in, but we'll see where it goes. But I just worry maybe it's run its course. Because these kind of comedy shows, they can have a finite lifespan, can't they? And I just worry that maybe the time has come. The peak has been ascended, and now we're kind of on the downward turn.
Is What We Do in the Shadows a one gag show. Do you know what I mean? It's like vampires in the real world, and what do you keep doing with them? It was like the original film. It's a funny idea, and you can watch it, but if you're not writing incredible jokes every week, and that's why a lot of comedy series, like the best one, like The Office, 2 done, but they did have characters that could go on and on. Peep Show has these characters, you can put them in all different scenarios, and you're watching them grow up.
Yeah.
Whereas the vampires sort of stayed the same. I'm just talking out loud, but I can see why there could be. Where else do we go with this sort of thing?
Yeah, and I think I'm starting to side with you there, and because I think certainly from the evidence from the first 2 episodes of this series I've seen, they haven't. There hasn't been a great amount of or any sense that there's going to be a great change in their characters at all. It's very much as is. I think the only real change of the major change in narrative is they're going to be running a vampire nightclub.
Yeah.
And
is that the equivalent of in the old 70s sitcoms where they go, well, you haven't seen these characters in Spain yet?
Exactly.
Off Del Boy and Rodney Gunner, Spain.
Yeah.
You haven't seen them run a nightclub yet?
Exactly. So I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see how it goes, but early signs not rocking my world, but we'll see.
Fair enough.
That's pretty much it for me, Jimmy. Like I say, it's been a tough old week, and that's all I've really been doing, to be honest.
That's okay. I mean, we've got some news, obviously, but I can talk about what I've seen this week if you so wish.
Yeah. I want to hear about this stage adaptation of My Neighbor Totoro. How the hell do they do that?
Well, Stu, you're not allowed to take photos. That's what's so amazing about it. They do say, do not take photos at the start. It is at the Barbican. Here's the thing. My wife, one of her favourite films is My Neighbor Totoro. For anyone who hasn't seen My Neighbor Totoro, Stu, if we could bring up like a bit of footage from the film.
A bit of B-roll, yes. Let's do that.
I mean, it's from 1988, I think, or 1987. It's an animated Japanese film by the studio Ghibli. I hadn't seen it until my wife introduced it to me through my children. And now it's 2 of my children's favourite. They absolutely love it. And it's a beautiful film. I mean, just look at that. It's a beautifully animated film. The music is beautiful. The story's lovely. And I hadn't seen the film all the way through, because usually I watch it with my children as we're going, as they're going to bed or something. So I was...
Can I just say, I love the fact you've just supplied a 17-second clip.
Is that what I supplied? I'm sorry.
Almost.
There must be more than that.
Just loop it. I'll just loop it. It's fine.
This
is a word.
We'll just carry on.
Just loop it. Mute and loop. Mute and loop.
Okay.
There we go. That's the official trailer.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the kids absolutely love it, and I hadn't seen the whole film all the way through because of just watching it with the children. So you just see bits, as many parents will know. So my wife was supposed to take 2 of my children to meet Carl Meyer, listener of the show, and my lovely sister-in-law Vicky. But unfortunately, my wife, as I said, has not been well. She had COVID and stuff. So I took the kids.
Ooh.
And I drove them to London. We had quite a little outing. And we went to the Barbican and we watched this show. And my God, we were blown away. All Japanese cast. Mm-hmm. They all spoke English, obviously, but they threw the odd Japanese word in, and they had the Japanese animated energy. That sort of really fast-paced shouting, sort of noises that they make in that type of film. They had that. The cast were amazing. And the 2 girls that play the young girls, they're supposed to be like 5 and 10, I think, were brilliant. They were incredible. And the way they did those puppets, as you can see, the big Totoro is about 15 foot high, big animatronic thing, with puppeteers. And the puppeteers, here we go, the Barbican. The puppeteers were on stage quite a lot. and they were part of the show. So at points they'd be doing some puppeteering, and something might move out of the way, and you see the puppeteers, and they'll be like,
Interesting.
"Ooh," and run away. Like, it became a bit of a joke that these puppeteers were there. It was so. God, there's a lot of actors there. Is that Frankie Boyle went to see it? Jesus.
I was trying to find a bit where Claudia Winkleman's in it.
Yeah, of course you did.
Claudia.
No, they won't show any of it. No, it's not Frankie Boyle. Bless him. Is that the two girls? That can't be the girls that play the young girls. Go back. So that's the guy that plays the dad in it, and he amazing. His costume was spot on. That must be the girls that play the young girls. My God, they look like kids on stage. Coming up, look, they'll be on next. Wearing their big pants.
Is it is the puppet? Sorry, Jimmy. Is the puppetry as impressive as like the Lion King? You know, like they're design wise, they're amazing. Like, you know, the people are very much the actors are very much. I don't know. It's like they're infused with the puppets themselves. It's quite incredible, really, how they kind of fuse actor and puppet.
That's the girls that play the two young girls, and they do not look that old. Oh, there's the stage. Look, you can see there's a band on stage in the back. There's a singer doing all the lovely, beautiful songs all the way through. The puppets, they're great. I mean, I don't know. I can't compare it to Lion King because I haven't seen it. It's only on till the end of January. It's not on for long, which is a shame. I hope they put it on again because I think it could run and run. It was such a great show. My kids loved it. They were they're 7 and 5, and they were mesmerised through the entire thing. Lovely show. So we had a good outing. I highly recommend, if you can get tickets to see it, Barbican, London, My Neighbour Totoro, go.
Is this going to be? Are they going to be bringing more Ghibli stuff to the stage? Do we know?
I don't know.
That'd be great. Like, you know, they've done a lot of the Disney, or like readapted the Disney stuff for the stage. It'd be great if they could do some more Ghibli stuff. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the ones that they could do. I mean, this is probably the simplest story and the simplest puppets, isn't it? Like things like Howl's Moving Castle would be, crikey, I don't even know how you'd begin to do that. But still, it was wonderful, and I highly recommend that if you can see it. The other thing, Stu.
Welcome, Joe. Lovely to have you.
Welcome, Joe. The other thing that I went to see, that I've watched this week, was a Christmas movie, Stu, because we are getting in the Christmas spirit in our house. Halloween has come and gone. Yes.
You've moved on. Next holiday, bring it on.
Well, my wife loves Halloween. Unfortunately, she was very ill for it. So I think she just wanted to draw a line under it once it was done and crack on with Christmas. And we find if you don't crack on with Christmas, before you know it, it's upon you. You know, people go, oh, they bring out Christmas stuff so early. But you have to, because if you work, you know, like many of us do, Stu, a full-time job, you only have like 3 weekends in December to watch the Christmas films and to do the Christmassy stuff. So you have to get a move on.
This is a bloody good point. And I found this, strangely, with Halloween. I didn't feel like I made the most of Halloween this year. The run-up to it. Obviously, it was ruined through the death of my cat. Have I mentioned that? Not sure if I have. But no, you know what I mean? Like, I think you're right. You do have to enjoy like the run-up to it. Otherwise, like you say, it's been and gone and...
Yeah. Give it a slow build. Yeah, because quite often people go, God, it just came and went. And you go, that's because you didn't celebrate it for long enough. Yeah. So we've started on the Christmas films. We've had the Home Alones on already, but we watched the new one the other night. Me and the wife didn't know what to watch. And on Netflix, there came up a Christmas film called Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yes.
A Christmas movie about some high schoolers and a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, hello, that's different.
Also, it's a musical.
Okay, I'm in.
Stu, if you want, we could put the trailer on, and you could react to the trailer.
Keying it up now. Let's get some sound.
And all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Very nice.
Young Anna was nestled.
The fact they're using this is so cheap.
Not knowing tomorrow she'd meet the undead.
No.
How would she survive? What this season would bring? Well, that's simple. She'd stab, she'd slash, and she'd sing.
Oh no.
What?
Justin Bieber's a zombie.
Yeah, I'm a Joe. I'm sold.
Well, let me tell you something. that trailer
Yeah.
made that look so much more better than it actually is. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it. That was a really well put together trailer.
Yeah.
Really well put. Let me tell you the pros of this film.
Oh,
I think.
go on.
I thought the acting was good.
Excellent.
I think the songs are good and catchy.
Okay.
The zombies look great. I've spent a lot of money on the zombies. The deaths of zombies or things I think are well done and some of them ones I haven't seen before. And you've got Paul Kay in it, Dennis Pennis.
Yep.
So yes, some highs.
So what are the lows?
Do you know what? For me, the only low is you can tell that a lot of the budget has gone on makeup and special effects and things, the zombies.
Yeah.
And not on extras and the way it's shot. You know, some films they look like they're shot cheap. It looks like it's been shot with a phone, like a decent video camera, rather than when something looks like a film.
Yeah, I think there's a quality to the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that.
And it doesn't have that, I guess. Is that what? Is that?
No,
that's what
it doesn't. And they could have. I think the directing's not amazing because I think they could have got away with some of that by doing a lot more close-ups of people.
Yeah.
You know, they do sort of two shots and they're quite far away from each other, and you're like, no, bring it in a bit more. Apart from that, me and the wife had fun watching it. I think it's one of those films that it's enjoyable to watch with someone else, so you can have a bit of a laugh through it because. It's not amazing. It's certainly not Shaun of the Dead level. Do you know what I mean? But it was good fun. It's a Christmas film. It's one I hadn't seen before.
How festive is it? Because I like a Christmas film. If we're talking Christmas films, I don't consider Die Hard a Christmas film at all. I don't think that's festive enough for me. I like my Christmas films to be full of, it's very much set at that time. It's snowy. I know there's only so much snow you can have.
There's snow, there's Christmas trees, there's zombie Santa.
Okay.
There's a Christmas pageant at the school. It's
nice.
It's Christmas. Okay. It's not super Christmassy, but it is Christmas.
Mm.
It's more Christmassy than Die Hard, I'd say.
Good. That's what I want. I want a sense of it being actually Christmas, not just it's set at Christmas and there's a carol playing on a radio somewhere.
No. It is Christmas. He's wearing one of the main characters wears a Christmas jumper all the way through it.
Happy days.
So yeah, good acting. There's good acting from the people. I was impressed with lots of it. It just didn't look like an expensive film. But the zombies looked expensive. The zombie makeup and special effects were great. But just But it was good fun.
What is this on, Jimmy? By the way, did you say
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
Netflix. Yeah.
Santa Sleighs. Hello, Lacey, by the way.
Oh, Chris, stop bringing that to us. We watched that. You made us watch it last year.
Yeah, it weren't too bad.
I'd say this was better than Santa Sleighs.
I'm sure there's another kind of Santa Sleighs type film coming out, like a newer, like a horror film with a Santa that's. Yeah, where have I seen that?
Yeah, there's a new one with what's his name from Stranger Things coming out, where he plays Santa. Who's the actor who's in Stranger Things?
Oh yes, that's the one I'm talking. Violent Night. That's
yes, I think that was quite fun. David Harbour.
Yes, David Harbour. Let's have a look at that. I've got the trailer here. Let's have a look.
Go for it,
That's
Stu.
another Netflix joint, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought this.
I could have made that up. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, roll it. If we're in a Christmas trailer mood.
Oh, so we're trailer heavy today, but I like it. I like it.
Just
there
roll it. Just do it.
There's Harbour himself.
You ain't driving, are you?
I steer a little, but the ranger do most of the work.
This is my 4th year as a Santa. How about you?
I started the whole damn thing.
He is Santa.
It's Christmas!
We decided that you could have one gift.
Early.
What is
This isn't a horror film.
Is a direct hotline to Santa Claus himself.
I can talk to Santa.
All right, revelers. Welcome to your worst Christmas ever.
Let's go!
You have $300 million in your personal vault. That's what I want for Christmas.
This is Die Hard meets Christmas.
I don't want any trouble, okay? Someone's gonna scooch up that chimney.
Who is he? Because it's not your typical mall Santa.
Santa, are you there? Daddy said you were very busy tonight. My name's Trudy Lightstone. Are you gonna help us, Santa?
Yeah, Trudy.
Santa?
You're on my nice list. Santa Claus is coming to town.
This looks brilliant.
Time for some season's beatings.
Who the hell are you?
Boss, what if he really is the real?
No such thing as Santa.
These bad men, they're all on my naughty list. Naughty. That's naughty!
And what do you do to the naughty ones?
I give them a lump of coal.
Where is it?
I gotta watch.
I believe in you, Santa.
Come on. Which one of you did that? Prancer? So unprofessional.
That looks brilliant. I'm not going to lie. I'm loving the look of that.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I like the look of that. It looks horrible, says Chris Lacey. Horrible, I presume, means cool in this day and age.
Yeah, like the kid's like sick. Yeah, sick, man.
I thought that looked great fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
Really.
Also,
quite
you got what's his name, John Leguizamo, who I love in anything he does. Look, John Leguizamo. That can't be it. Leguizamo.
Yeah. They're all good.
In the comment section.
I'm loving this suggestion, but it's just Joe. Now we need to revisit the AI image generator and make some Christmas cards. You missed this, I think, when Rock was on.
No, I watched it.
Did you see it?
I watched it. Yeah.
the Freddie Mercury Queen thing.
Yeah.
We'll do that, Joe. I promise you, we will do some AI generated Christmas cards.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There was another Christmas film I think they brought out last year called The Fat Man with Mel Gibson as Santa.
Okay.
That was another rough and tumble one as well, I think.
Rough and tumble. I like that.
Like that. That looked good. I thought that looked great fun.
I thought it was a Netflix thing. It's clearly not a Netflix thing. That looks like it's getting a cinematic release. Happy days. Merry Christmas,
There you go.
everyone.
Sorted.
Merry Christmas, yeah. Anything else that you've been up to, Jimmy, this week? Is that it?
That's it. Well, if I can just do a quick shout out to a show that I watched about 2-3 weeks ago, and I keep putting in notes, but other things keep coming up. A friend of mine who was in that play that I went and watched, 222, A Ghost Story, my friend Sam Swainsbury.
Yeah.
He was in a TV show called Mum. It's on the iPlayer.
Yes.
It's a sitcom. Not with like canned laughter or anything like that. Do you know what's really annoying is I can't remember who played a main mum and his mum's friend.
Let me have a look.
Famous actors. The guy who plays his mum's friend is a Scottish actor who's just in the Lord of the Rings TV show. Scottish guy. Amazing.
We have Leslie Manville, Peter Mulan.
Yeah, Peter Mulan. Yeah.
Sam Swainsbury, Lisa McGrillis, Dorothy Atkinson. Yeah.
Really love 3 seasons of it. 3 seasons of a really sweet, lovely sitcom about. It starts off. The first day is the dad's funeral. So it's the mum, and my friend Sam plays the mum's son, and he has a girlfriend. And every episode of the first 2 seasons, I think, is all set in the house, but it's like January, July. It goes through the year, so months sort of pass between each episode. And it's a really lovely show. Really lovely acting, lovely script, funny when it's supposed to be, emotional, lovely relationships between characters. I highly recommend it as a really nice, gentle comedy which is well written and well performed.
When you put this in the notes a couple of weeks ago, I had a little look on the iPlayer for it, and it did look very genteel. It wasn't something I would associate with your good self. Wrongly on my part, I shouldn't assume.
No, you're right. It's not the sort of thing I'd jump on, but because my friend Sam was in it, I thought,
that's the hook that got you in.
I must watch this because Sam was in it, and Sam had said he was very proud of it, and I'd heard good things, and and like my mum had watched it and thought it was great, and sometimes those BBC comedies that are like that are very genteel, as you say. They don't grab my generation.
No.
But when you do need to just relax and chill and watch,
there is a place for that.
Funny.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's not like, it's like Muzak, like it's a bloody good show. You just need to be in that right mood. And if the mood is, I could just do with watching something nice and funny and something that's a bit heartwarming. Boom, there's your answer.
Do you know what does that? What does that for me, or what did do that for me when it was on, was Dinner Ladies. I loved Dinner Ladies. I don't know why.
Right.
Do you hate Dinner Ladies?
No. It's a different style to Dinner Ladies, because Dinner Ladies were very sitcom, wasn't it? With the canned laughter and whatnot. But I know what you mean. That just nice comedy.
Yeah, very inoffensive kind of.
Yeah. This was This was more dramatic. It was more like it wasn't a comedy drama, but it was a bit more dramatic. But I know what you mean. Birds of a feather, that sort of stuff. Not just nice comedy. It was just nice comedy, and with brilliant acting all round.
That reminds me, I ended up watching that. What was that show you spoke about a few weeks back? Am I being ridiculous?
Am I being unreasonable?
That's it. I watched that. Yeah,
with Daisy May Cooper.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan.
Did you watch it all?
Yeah, we did. And what I couldn't get past was I just didn't find her a very likable character at all. I don't know if that was the point, possibly, but I couldn't.
That happened, didn't it?
Get past that.
Quite a lot. Your alliances shift with who's a nice person in this show, doesn't it? It does. For me, I just found that very clever and new. It was something I hadn't seen before. Do you know what I mean? I hadn't seen that type of show. I
liked how the narrative unraveled as the episodes went on. I was always transfixed by it and wanting to know what would happen next. And I don't want to give any kind of. I would recommend someone goes and watches it and gives it a go. But yeah, I did find it very difficult trying to find someone in that show who I could latch onto and think, "Oh, I like you," because there wasn't many people in there that I liked.
It was.
They all had flaws. All had flaws.
Yeah,
that's the point.
I found that Daisy May Cooper's character in that could have fit in Motherhood. Like she could have fit in that ensemble where you can root for someone, but trying to root for her was difficult. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but an interesting show and quite like high concept, and for what basically is as a comedy show. Yeah, the story they were trying to tell was quite complex and quite clever, like you say, in how it unraveled and revealed. Little bits were revealed, and the complexities of people's relationships and how that played out was very good. Was good.
They took some risks. They tried different things. It wasn't just the same thing you've seen before. That's what I liked about it. And bits made me laugh, and good acting. Again, good acting, and that was I enjoyed. Very different. Mum's a very different show. Mum's very
sorry, we went on a tangent, and my apologies. But you'd recommend Mum, would you?
Yeah, on the iPlayer, 3 series.
We all would
check them out. We'll recommend Mum.
Should we do some news then, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Summarise some of the news this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink, but I can hear you still, so you just carry on.
You do that. I'm hearing my. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, you're hearing your voice.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh god, there we go. I unplugged my headphones. You keep talking.
Thank you, my friend. I won't do the late breaking news then, because I want Jimmy to be here for that. But let's all of these stories I kind of want Jimmy to experience. I know he's getting a drink, but Jimmy, if you can hear me, you were speaking about Studio Ghibli stuff earlier. Did you know that there's a potential Ghibli Lucasfilm Star Wars collab in the offering? Did you hear any of that?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't unplug my headphones.
That's fine.
Because you were hearing it back. But I appreciate what you said, and I'm with you.
I was saying, you mentioning Studio Ghibli earlier in the show was very prophetic, because in the news this week there's a potential rumored collaboration between Studio Ghibli and Lucasfilm on a Star Wars project.
Wow.
Yeah. There's rumors that it might be a people think there's a Grogu animated thing coming out in the next few days, and people think that it might be Grogu related or Mandalorian related, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. But let me get the story up. I can actually give you some facts.
Well, they did the Star Wars Visions, which had a lot of that sort of Japanese animation style, didn't it?
So this is from IGN.com. Legendary animation company Studio Ghibli. Am I pronouncing that right? Ghibli.
Yeah, apparently so.
Studio Ghibli has teased a possible collaboration with Star Wars and Indiana Jones studio, Lucasfilm. Studio Ghibli shared a short video on Twitter that I'll share it with you in a minute. That only shows the logos of the two companies. There's no further text or explanation beyond the logos appearing one after the other. While it isn't 100% a confirmation this is a Star Wars project, it is important to note that the official Star Wars Twitter account did quote tweet the video.
Disney aren't buying them, are they?
That's it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't think of that at all.
God, I hope not.
That could happen. That could quite easily happen, couldn't it? That's something they would do, isn't it?
Damn.
That is a portfolio of media they would love to have in their vaults.
They would buy, yeah. Well, yeah. Do you know what? As I hated the idea, now you've said it. I mean, a lot of Ghibli films are on Netflix, but I presume not everything. So they would get it all on Disney as long as they kept the studio as is. That's the thing, isn't it? But they wouldn't. They'd get their grubby hands in it, and it would all be about profits and everything, and just ruin it.
Yeah, I've just watched the video, and it is basically just Studio Ghibli and Lucasfilm logos together, and then that's it. So I won't bother showing it, because you can probably visualize that in your mind's eye.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So that's something to look out for. I don't know if there's been any further developments on that since I put this news into the notes, but something worth keeping an eye on, certainly. More Disney news for you, and this has had some developments as of late. And that is, there's rumours that there's going to be a Indiana Jones prequel series coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Of course there is.
Again from IGN, Indiana Jones will be heading to Disney Plus with its very own TV series. According to Variety, Disney and Lucasfilm are actively looking to potentially develop a new TV show starring the legendary archaeologist, but it's unclear whether Harrison Ford is involved. I have heard since that it's going to be centered around, I forget the name of the character, but it was Indy's
Short Round?
That would be amazing. No, I guess Marion's father, or no, Marion's
Ravencroft, was that her name?
Raven something, Raven's whatever. The guy who kind of inspired Indy, I guess. So whether they'll have a young Indy being kind of I don't know.
So in the third film,
yes,
at the start, Indy is played by River Phoenix.
Correct. Yes.
And he's trying to get a cross from a bloke, isn't he? And he gets it, and that's where he falls into snakes, and he whips his own lip and gives himself the scar. And at the end, he has to give the cross back, and a guy gives him his hat and says, "There you go." Is that her dad?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that's what you just said.
Oh, it could be two different characters we're talking about. I don't know. I'm not particularly clear on the Indy law. As a lawman myself, I'm usually up to speed on the law, but the law has escaped and evaded me this time.
I think in the first film, it's quite funny, isn't it? In the first film, because when you work out the ages between them, there's quite a big age difference, and she says like, "Oh, you were 18 or something," and when you work it out, that made her like 11 when they met. It's a bit weird. Do we need a young Indy? They won't do it well, Stu. They won't do it.
When I was thinking this through, my question then was, is the Young Indiana Jones series that they did?
Christ, they did do one, didn't they?
Is that considered canonical? Is that canon? I don't know.
Have you ever watched it?
No, I haven't. Never. Not seen one of them. I'm just trying to find a bit clearer article that kind of goes into a bit more detail.
Comment in the comment section from It's Just Joe. Indiana Jones prequel just ruined my childhood.
Yes. Approach with caution, I would say, Joe.
Well, look what they did with Han Solo.
Yeah, great things.
The dreadful prequel movie, Stu. You know it was bad. Come on. You know it was bad.
I can't find a story that goes into it. I'm sure. I think it was a tweet I read. But anyway, yeah, there's plans for them. It was inevitable, wasn't it? Once they get that fifth film out, they can only go back, can't they? Because Ford isn't going to want or can't do any more. So they've got to go back and try and, I don't know.
They'll probably do a sixth film with Wallerbridge as Indiana Wallerbridge. Because she's in the latest film, isn't she? She's like a big part of it.
Yes.
Really? Imagine her in an Indiana Jones film. I like her in Fleabag. What the hell is she going to be like in an Indiana Jones film? What the fuck?
Well, did you not like her droid in Han Solo then?
No, it was the worst thing in Star Wars ever, I think.
Ever? Wow.
I'll put it up there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's really annoying.
Well, welcome, Mostly Martinez, host of the Mostly Star Wars podcast.
Yo.
Martinez, what's the droid's name?
So in the Han Solo prequel movie, what is the droid's name? No idea.
No idea. Do you think they were any good? Not you. I'm asking Martinez.
I know. Mostly how goes it? Sorry. And I know most of the droids' names in Star Wars, but I can't tell you that one.
You choose not to remember that one.
It was just so rubbish. She was just really obnoxious, wasn't she? And she was banging Donald Glover.
Oh, that's right. Yes. That was weird, wasn't it?
She was like, "We make it work."
Yes.
None of her looked smooth enough to penetrate.
Yeah, there's no ports there, no access.
No.
What's going on there?
Yeah,
oh, here we go.
Weird.
L337.
Jeez, very memorable. I say that like C3PO is memorable.
Yeah,
it
L3,
is.
L3. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, did you know? I've got some sad news for you. Did you know Kevin Conroy has passed away? Sadly passed away.
No, Kevin Conroy, the best Batman voice ever.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, he passed away yesterday, but it was announced late this afternoon, early evening. Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman in the 1990s animated series and the Arkham series of video games, has died at the age of 66, sadly.
That's no age.
No. Announced on Facebook by animated series co-star Diane Pershing, who played Poison Ivy. That's a strange way to announce it. Surely you'd want the family to announce it.
Maybe they were together?
Oh, perhaps she's family, yeah. Good point. I don't know. He died on November 10th following a short battle with cancer. So that's very, very, very sad.
His voice is incredible as Batman, isn't it? It's
really
iconic.
Good. Iconic. He is, for a lot of people, the best person who has ever played Batman. You know, they see that voice and that role as iconic.
So in the animated series from the 90s, it was him as Batman and Mark Hamill as the Joker. And when they did the Arkham games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight and stuff, they got Conroy back and they got Hamill back to voice the Joker, didn't they? So gave them that chance to upgrade their previous animated personas. But incredible voice, incredible.
Yeah, a sad loss to the acting, just the world really, to the acting community and fans of comic books and Batman and DC and just a sad loss all around really. So Kevin Conroy sadly passed at the age of 66.
Talking about death, we also lost Arthur Fowler, didn't we?
Oh, we did. There was a whole spate of them, wasn't there? Arthur Fowler.
What's his name? Treacher? Bill
Treacher, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's we've got a few American listeners at the moment, so I'm not sure that's gonna go over too well.
This has been a real death-centric show, isn't it? We should call it a death show.
So, for those who do not know Arthur Fowler, the character of Arthur Fowler, we have some big soap operas over here in the UK. You've got EastEnders, which is a London-based
morbid.
Did I say sitcom? I meant soap opera. Sorry, soap opera. Very, very gritty, morbid. Well, they all are, really, aren't they? All of these.
At least Coronation Street was a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, you got Coronation Street, which is what was that? Manchester based? I've never seen Corrie. Don't know. Is it Manchester?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it's Manchester. I think it's filmed in Manchester.
Okay.
But,
Northern? Should we just say Northern?
Yeah, Lancashire, isn't it? Corrie?
No idea. But then
that's the Northern one, isn't it?
Isn't Emmerdale Farm also? Is it still called that? I don't know.
It's just called Emmerdale. It's just called Emmerdale now.
Okay.
That might be Yorkshire. Oh well. Anyway, we've got 3 soaps: Coronation Street, Emmerdale, and EastEnders. They're the biggies. Yes. And one of the big names from EastEnders was Arthur Fowler.
Yeah, and he's now dead. But he was 90 odd, so
was he? Yeah. Another good innings.
Yeah, I think was he 91? Or am I thinking of? I might be thinking.
Leslie Phillips was 98, I think.
Oh, was he? Okay. Yeah, they were both in their 90s. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Conroy was 66.
66. Yeah. Sadly, sad passing.
Hey.
More death. Twitter could be dying soon, Jimmy.
Yes. I shouldn't, because we're part of the social media world, but I despise Twitter, Stu.
Well, it's been a strange week in the world of Twitter. If you didn't know, and if you didn't, how do you not know this? But Elon Musk has purchased Twitter. He purchased Twitter. What? It doesn't seem that long ago. What? A month?
Well, the deal only went through last week or something.
Regardless, he now owns it, and he's had a very turbulent time since coming in. He's fired like a lot of the
Yeah, get rid of them.
Like half of the staff, I think, have gone now.
Yeah,
he just kind of came in with the hatchet man, just got rid of half the staff.
Good riddance.
He's been.
None of them were working, Stu. None of them were doing anything over there, apart from the software developers.
And now he's saying that like everyone's got to work in the office now. You can't work from home. So again, fucking hatchet man, ruling with an iron fist. He's come up with these weird schemes of right now we're going to have this subscription model for Twitter. If you pay us $8 a month, you're going to get the blue verification tick. Whereas before it was, I guess it was done by, I don't know, a panel of sorts who like that's a celebrity. Let's tick them. I don't know how it worked. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's how I envisioned it in my head. But now you can just pay and get the verified tick, and people are now paying, getting the tick, and now just impersonating celebrities and brands. It's brilliant.
Right,
it's like the Wild West on Twitter at the moment.
I thought that this pay was brought in to eliminate bots, because who's going to pay all that money to have bots running stuff? I thought that was the idea behind the payment.
Probably there must be a reason in his head why he's done it, and that must. I think that could be a possible reason. The other reason is I think Twitter loses money hand over fist, and he's now come out and said that. Look, we could go bankrupt in a year. So I'm not sure how long Twitter has got. Got to look at our options, Jimmy. We might need to set up another social media account somewhere. I don't know what's going.
MySpace.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't think he'd buy it, did they? A lot of people thought he was just effing around. I think he's bought it just because he sort of can. I don't think he's bought it as a business. It wasn't making money, was it? Like that was one of the things. That was one of the things that came out in the negotiations of buying it, was how little it's actually worth. Because it's not like Facebook as much with all like the advertising that's constantly pumping through it, right? And Instagram, you can pay to have your sort of social media account, and YouTube, they're different. Twitter's just a thing where people write shit, right? So he's gone in and he's fired people who weren't doing anything. Did you see that wonderful YouTube video of someone saying, "This is a day of my life in work at Twitter"? Did you see that?
No.
It's wonderful, Stu. If we can, let me find it for you. It was so good. It was a girl's my sort of work day at Twitter, and lots of people jumped on this because they were sort of going, yeah, damn right, fire some people. I think a lot of people are jealous that this was just like, this was what the person's day was like. They got to actually enjoy themselves. But yeah, I mean, some of these companies have vast amounts of employees, and they don't really do anything. These employees. I think WhatsApp had something like 50 staff, and it was sold for a couple of billion. It was just. It's a website. Like, what do you need that many? What do you need that many staff for? What are they all doing? It's up and running. They're not constantly adding new features or anything special. It's thousands of people working there. What were they all doing? Check out that link I've just put in. I've put it in the notes.
Thank you, my friend.
On the end of.
Oh yeah, I got it.
It's a lovely little insight, and yes, it's just one person, but it gave a lot of people just like the sort of thought that yes, he's right to get rid of some people. It's been great for me because obviously, in my job, I've had a lot of people from Twitter reaching out to me.
Oh, right, okay.
Going, yeah, with what's going on at the moment, I could be open.
Okay, here we go. Right. Let's show this on stream. Let's find out what a day in the life of a Twitter employee is.
Welcome to a day in my life as a Twitter employee. So this past week, went to SF for the first time at a Twitter office, badged in. Honestly, took a moment to just soak everything in. What a blessing. Also started my morning off with an iced matcha from the perch. Then I had a meeting, so quickly scheduled one of these little pod rooms, which were so cool. They're literally noise canceling. Took my meeting, got ready for lunch. Look how delicious this food looks. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. Then made my way down to this log cabin area. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool. Played some foosball with my friends to kind of unwind a bit. Also found this really cool meditation room that I thought was super neat. I didn't do any yoga, but they have this yoga room if you are a yogi, so also thought that was really cool. Had a couple more meetings in the afternoon, had a ton of projects that we needed to knock out. Say hi to my teammates. Went to the library to kind of get some more work done. Obviously had to have our afternoon coffee, so made some espresso. And then before leaving for the day, had some red wine that's on tap. Went up to the rooftop and just honestly enjoyed the beautiful weather. So awesome trip.
There you go, Stu.
A new chapter has begun.
People have jumped on that and gone, yeah, go on, Elon, fire her. And anyone else who's just, and she will definitely be on at least 40 to 50 grand.
50K, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's not a good optic, is it? Really, that doesn't look very good to the regular Joe like us. I consider us regular Joes, and looking at you, think, that's a cushy job.
And had a couple of meetings.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that meetings are mostly bullshit, aren't they?
Yep.
Not a lot gets done in a meeting.
No.
Shit gets done. You go, okay, what are we doing today? This, and this. Right, let's go get it done. A meeting, is so much people just going, how long can I just watch that clock up there? See, I reckon if I ask this question, we can string this out till lunch.
Yep. Foosball tables. Wine on tap. That's amazing.
Now, I worked with a couple of companies in Amsterdam that had bars in them. They were big trading companies. But it was come 5 o'clock, you could go down to the bar and have a bit of a chat and a beer. But that whole video is just, we just do this and then we do that. And you're like, get to work.
But what would you do at Twitter unless you were? I think you're right. Unless you're a software developer, what is there to do? PR
software designers,
marketing and all that bullshit.
And I guess people who are verifying stuff. Because have all the tweets got to be read? Has every tweet got to be read? It can't be, can it? It can't be. And that was one of the things obviously Musk was going in for was the idea that you can't these social media sites can't just have a political leaning. Like there was all that stuff about the Biden laptop, wasn't there? That Joe Biden's son had this laptop with all this shit on it and whatnot, and there was a story about it before the election, and Facebook cut everything off of Facebook that mentioned it, and stuff like that could have swayed the election. If it came out about all of this stuff about Biden, about Hunter Biden, it could have swayed things. So it's so much power. So the thing was that Musk was going to go on and not necessarily just ban people for a tweet that some people didn't like, because they like it doesn't. Yeah, but for me the whole site's dangerous.
Yeah,
because there's so many idiots in the world and so many awful people. So for me, it's like good, he's banned Kanye or whatever. Obviously Kanye's a twat, but you have to monitor everyone, and who makes the rules, who's in charge of what gets banned. I think that was one of the sort of issues with Twitter, really.
Well, he's bought in didn't he say he's bought in like a almost like a council of people of varying political beliefs and opinions and viewpoints to, whenever like a tweet or is considered or needs to be verified or put through this kind of council to make sure it's okay to publish or any kind of punishment he's doing. So
that sounds like a good idea.
It does to me,
doesn't it?
It does to me. So I don't know. I try to remove myself from a lot of the Twitter bullshit this week, but I do think it's funny how he is just running it like it's a new plaything. He's kind of making stuff up. He implements one thing one day and then removes it the other day. I think he doesn't really know what he's doing. I do wonder if his intention was to go in and just run it to the ground.
That was my thought.
That's what it certainly looks like, because there doesn't seem to be any kind of clear plan and process for what he's doing.
And then bring out Twitter too.
This time it's personal.
Yeah, it's very. I loved all the people that were going, my God, Musk taking over Twitter. Goodbye, Twitter. It's like, and you're not paying any money for it. They're not making any money from you, so go. It's irrelevant. Like, it should be a place. I don't know. Should it be a place for civil discourse, for people to actually debate things, and not just people to be insulting?
Yeah, I have a strange relationship with Twitter, because I genuinely think I would only, if it wasn't for what we do with this show and trying to promote it and get stuff out there to people, I don't think I wouldn't be on it anymore. I don't think I would. Same with Facebook. I think if, I've made a lot of good friends through Twitter and stuff, and relationships. Yeah. It's another way of forming relationships. So I'd miss that aspect, but I think you could still keep in touch with those people outside of Twitter. Excuse me. But yeah, sadly, I do think it's still the most powerful way of getting a message out to a massive amount of people. Whether that's a podcast or a slightly racist view, sadly, is things can just spread like wildfire, and that is dangerous, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree. But then on the plus side, you get some news because a video gets taken of something that the mainstream media might not show you.
Yeah.
And you see that. So it's a real double-edged sword, isn't it? Because I'm with you on both sides. Fox News and CBN or CBN? CNN in America. They've got their political leanings, and you can tell when you watch the news. These shows are news shows, but both of them have their political leanings, and it's so obvious. So how can you believe either one? So something like Twitter, where you go, there's the story, there it is, but then you get people adding fake stuff on it. It's very hard. We're in a world where there's too much information. We should go back to just one person.
Ignorance is bliss. I think that's the theme of tonight's show. Ignorance is bliss, whether it's Twitter, news, or oyster sauce.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
How are you feeling? All right?
Anyone who's listening didn't hear the start of the show. I ate some oyster sauce earlier, which could have been, according to my wife, months old. Feel fine, Stu.
Good stuff. Right, let's close the show up. I've got some bird news for us. The return of bird news. So let's do the sting, and let's ride off into the sunset in style. And finally. I say I've got some good bird news. It's not particularly happy bird news.
Is it more death?
Well, kind of.
I thought we had a sting for bird news. Did we not? We'd stopped doing bird news, haven't we? So it's just
we did.
Finally.
It's funny. I bought bird news back this week because Benjamin asked me, "Daddy, when's we've got some bird news?" So I thought, well, he shall ask and I shall provide.
Yeah. After making such a buffoon of yourself crying in front of him during the week, you had to. He's now at the top of the food table in your house.
He's the silverback.
Do you have to lay down when he walks past?
And this isn't so much bird news, but egg news.
Oh, wonderful.
Warning of possible egg shortages in the UK. as farmers struggle with avian flu. Are you a fan of eggs? A good source of protein.
I fucking love them, Stu.
Well,
like seriously,
got some bad news for you. British egg producers are warning of possible shortages as farmers leave the industry or reduce the size of their flocks in the face of spiralling costs and uncertainty sparked by the spread of bird flu.
Look at all those happy chickens at the top of that page, just all living their life at that chicken orgy.
Yep.
I love eggs. I do. This is
Yeah,
I mean, I'm less worried about the eggs and actually more sad about the chickens getting bird flu. That's sadder, really, isn't it?
Mm.
I can go without an egg.
A third of farmers surveyed in recent days by the trade body, the British Free Range Egg Producers Association, or BFREPA, reported they had reduced the number of hens in their flock because egg prices meant they were unable to cover their costs. Meanwhile, a quarter of the 165 farmers who responded told BFREPA they had stopped production either temporarily or permanently. So, yeah, I'm just trying to see, are there any actual facts coming in here? I need to know, like, what's that about egg prices? The average price of eggs has since increased by about 45 pence. Christ.
Per punnet, I presume, rather than per egg.
Punnets of eggs?
Box. Yeah, sorry.
I assume so, yeah. 45, yeah, it must be, surely. I don't know. That seems quite expensive if it's per egg. It's like a Fabergé egg.
Well, do you know what the answer is, Stu?
Oh.
We'll just get our own chickens.
Mm. Yeah.
If you like eggs...
Fucking grow myself.
My good friend Jenny Aries, she used to her family had chickens at the bottom of their garden, and it was very lovely going down to the bottom of the garden and standing amongst them and getting them around you. And she'd get a few eggs and we'd take them back to the kitchen and fry them up. Occasionally they got a bit of blood in them, but you could pick that out. You could pick it out, Stu. Occasionally you got a double yolker.
Oh, nice. Sounds delightful. I'm just looking for any last minute funny news. I was struggling, hence why I've only bought. It feels bad going out on such a depressing story.
Well, you keep looking, Stu. Just knowing our luck tonight, it will be another celebrity death. Will just suddenly pop up. We'll lose
anybody dead.
Judi Dench or something.
Yeah, national treasure.
She hates being called a national treasure, Judi Dench.
Does she?
I watched a wonderful BBC documentary. Me and the wife watched it a couple of nights ago. Louis Theroux meets Judi Dench.
Yes.
It was wonderful.
I haven't seen that one.
So good.
I watched the Youngblood one the other night. Do you know who Youngblood is?
Yeah.
I didn't.
They're a band, right?
Yes. Well, he's a singer. I don't. Yeah, I think it's a singular name as opposed to Youngblood the band. But yeah, he is a popular musical icon for the kids these days.
Yeah, no, I couldn't name one of his songs.
No, me neither. But lovely chap.
Is he?
From very down to earth from Doncaster.
Ah,
yeah.
Well, if it was anything like the Judi Dench one, I'd like to watch it.
I've been watching a lot of Louis Theroux lately. His Weird Weekend stuff.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, I love him. He's a national treasure, actually.
They discuss both being called a national treasure on the show. So
did
Judi Dench says she hates it. It's like being described as like a dusty cabinet. And she said, have you been described as a national treasure?
Oh,
he says, I have, yeah. She said, do you like it? He's like, not really, because it sounds like that's you done and you're being put out to pasture. What bit really made me laugh in it? It's quite an emotional one because she lost her husband and stuff, but really? he probes her a bit on the Chronicles of Riddick movie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and she was in there. Yeah, right. And she pretty much has. She's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what I did in it. I don't know what I did in it. But the reason why she did it was Vin Diesel went and saw her in a show in London and left her a huge amount of flowers. Like had a huge amount of flowers delivered to her room.
That's all it takes, is it?
Yeah, she was like, how could I not do his film after that? But he jokes with her quite a bit about that. So it's a really nice. It's a nice one.
Do you know, it's I haven't found any funny stories, but just to continue this Louis Theroux conversation, it's interesting watching him. If you watch the Weird Weekend stuff, where he's very much kind of like an open-eyed journalist. I don't know. He's almost quite. He's not taking the piss. I don't think he's knowingly like taking the piss out of a person or a subject matter. He's very. I don't know how I would describe it, but he's very naive about things. He has a naivety about him, and he's doing his.
But it's not real naivety, is it? He knows what he's doing.
Do you think I don't know if he does in those early ones. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But you see his development where he does become. You do see a change in his character as the documentaries go on through the years, and that I think that comes with a change in the material he's talking about. It's more serious now, isn't it?
Yeah. I do really like the ones with like the most hated family. The ones where he hangs out with like KKK members or. I prefer it when he hangs around with arseholes. That's when I think the thing I enjoy the most. Yeah,
I get what you're saying. He's quite good at breaking down barriers, isn't he? Like personal barriers with people.
I watched one where he was meeting up with families with autistic children, and I didn't enjoy that one because obviously being in a family with autistic people in my family, it seemed he was focusing on the negative quite a lot. I really didn't enjoy that one. It was weird because I usually love everything Louis does, but it was from something what I've got first-hand experience of.
Yeah,
I was like, he's just they were chatting to his family who just couldn't handle it, and their kids were quite difficult, but not insanely difficult. But I suppose you've got to show the rough and the smooth. But he didn't show a lot of smooth, and I remember one about polyamorous couples as well. And
yes, I remember that one.
They all seemed quite. There was always someone in that polyamorous relationship who didn't seem too happy in it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's polyamorous couples out there. I say couple or throuple or whatever, watching that going, well, we're all happy. He painted a bit of a negative picture of what we do here.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. There is sometimes there can be that connotation. I mean, like with the paedophiles, for example, it's all negative about that. The place for paedophiles.
One of the best things in the place for paedophiles one is when they're getting ready for their Christmas show or something, and the paedophiles are practicing their song for the show, and it's the Addams Family theme tune. Do you remember that? They go, we're creepy and we're kooky, mysterious and spooky. We're all together, okay. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is the...
Yeah, they're good. I'm going to go watch some Weird Weekends, I think, now. The wrestling one, if you are a fan of wrestling, go watch the wrestling episode where they just beast Louis Theroux at the power plant, the WCW power plant, as it was called at the time. That's hilarious. Hilarious stuff. Right, anyway, let's wrap this up. It's 9:00 GMT, and we'll be going a couple of hours, so I think it's time to thank everyone who's joined us in the chat. My thanks to It's Just Joe, Mostly Martinez, Rock joined us, Chris Lacey joined us. Thank you, Chris. John Simmons, live from the bog. Colin Doolan. Who else have we had? I think
Carl Meyer.
Yes, thank you, Jimmy. I think that is possibly it. But yes, if you join us live, if you've been in the background lurking, then thank you for joining us as always, as well, I should say. If you're watching this on demand, thank you. Please do give us a like. Subscribe to the channel. Head over to ko-fi.com/RenaissanceCast and buy us a coffee. £3. I'm parched. If you choose to, of course. Just another means for you to come and support what we do here at the Renaissance Men. Jimmy, what are you up to this weekend? Let's round things off with that.
Well,
I've gone rogue.
I'm hoping to see a couple of animals with one of my sons, because one of my close friends Can I say this live? John Simmons, Scale Modeler, comments from the bog. We should do a regular section where we get his comment from the bog. He's got a bit of a petting zoo for one of his children's birthdays. So,
nice.
My son has not been invited, but you know my oldest bloody loves animals, so I'm going to try and sneak him in round the back and try and get him in. Try and go for a long run. I'm also hoping to take the kids to see the Minions movie.
Oh, wait. I was going to ask you, are you plans to go see Black Panther? That's out this week. Out today, in fact.
Yeah, do you know what, Stu? I don't think I have. It was really weird for me because usually I do want to go and watch those Marvel movies. I think the TV shows have really battered me down with my interest in it. And I did think maybe I will on a Wednesday night. I'll just drive up to Braintree and watch it on my own and have a little like I did last time and have a car park picnic where I ate a Scotch egg.
Yes,
and a gala pie and a can of Marks and Spencer's beer in my car before watching it. Maybe I'll go and do that.
Yep.
You going to go and watch it?
I don't know. No plans to. Anything like that. I kind of want to take Benj, but I'm a bit wary. I need to know. I know Midian's going to see it. Renaissance Men alumni Midian, and usually he gives me the thumbs up or thumbs down whether it's suitable for a child. So basically, Midian is my moral compass. So that what could possibly go wrong there? So we shall see. But I'll probably just end up waiting for it to come on Disney Plus. To be honest, they seem to churn them quite quickly, don't they? So
yeah,
I might just do that.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Well, whatever you're doing out there, please have a safe one and enjoy yourself. And until next time, right?
Yeah, just want to get my focus back.
Whilst Jimmy does that, until next time, please take care and goodbye.